Well, we're entering the burn. A lot more now. You can see it was burned a couple years ago. Some smaller stuff is growing back, but all the big trees are pretty much torched. Pretty ugly looking. There is nobody out here. Nobody in the Quetico Park. Not yet, anyhow. I just came from back there. Wow, this place is an absolute mess. Really hard to find a portage, and the only clue I have is there's some flagging tape on these trees, which I'm gonna go have to walk it and see where it leads to, but I'm pretty sure it's in the right spot. Man, this could be difficult. Thank God they're shorter ones. Yes, definitely a lot thicker. You can see how they're not. The portages are not as nice now, that's for sure. But at least they're doable because somebody came by and cleared them at one point this spring. They got them freshly flagged up. That's this year's flagging ribbon. So I'm not totally worried yet. The other two portages should be pretty similar to this one, I would imagine. It's just a short portage into a little beaver pond, another short portage into another beaver pond, and then another short portage into a lake. Wow. Yes, indeed. Doesn't even look like I remember it. But cool. Let's go get the packs in the canoe. We're in a beaver pond here, and it's looking really moosey. A lot of swampy lowland. We'll keep our eyes open. Maybe we'll see a moose. Boy, it's time to take a break from paddling. Break time. Stopped at a campsite. The only one on this lake that isn't burned. But it's probably one of the nicest campsites that you can find anywhere in the park. This sure is beautiful. Sometimes you pull up on a spot, not just here, but throughout your life, and it kind of just hits you that, man, this is one of my favorite spots. That's kind of what I'm going through right now. I only have a few of those spots, and this could possibly be the next one. Just kind of hits you. You don't plan for that, it just takes your breath away, you know? Your spots. Keep you grounded, keep you centered. Yep, this is one of mine. Officially right now. I am declaring it one of my spots. It's starting to get hot out. It's got to be 85 degrees now. It's approaching noon. Pretty sunny. Looks like we got one more portage. Looks like it's 90 rods through maybe some mud to get to our base camp lake. Tell you what, I think I'm gonna go swimming when I get there and all set up. I need to clean off. I'm pretty sweated up from all that portaging and all that bug spray and all that sunscreen. Not a good combination. So, typically we look for a low spot in a tree line for the portage. But I'm not seeing many low spots. So I'm just gonna trust the map and go where it shows the portage is. I don't see it though. It's showing me that right there is the portage. Are you kidding me? Look at the size of those bluffs. I didn't bring my mountain climbing gear. They said it was uphill, but man, this whole lake is high banked. Well, it's the last one of the day. I am not looking forward to this one. We'll check it out when we get closer. Okay, I'm closer to the so-called portage. I'm not entirely sure that's what it is yet. But there's no ribbon. There's not supposed to be ribbon, but there's not a lot of a path at all. It's really uphill, rocky, but there is one or two trees that have been cut a couple years ago, it looks like. So there's no reason for trees to be cut out in the middle of nowhere unless it's a trail. So I guess it's time to get her done. I'm gonna go check this out. It's definitely not very heavily traveled. Well, here's the saw cuts. So there's one in this tree here, and there's one in a larger tree up here. So I'm just assuming, it's pretty obvious now that this is the trail. There's no way somebody would cut a tree in the middle of Quetico for no reason. But where it goes, oh, a lot of rocks, a lot of uphill. But make like a Sherpa, like a billy goat, get packed up, and triple carry it. It's just under 100 rods, so it's a pretty substantial portage. We're gonna be tired after this one. That was going. Holy frickin' Jesus. That has to be one of the worst portages I've ever been on. It has everything. Wow, steep terrain, mud, slippery spots, the hills, the mosquitoes. It's frickin' ridiculous. This is gonna turn into be about a 4-hour ordeal. I hope I don't get hurt on it. It's just bad. I'm gonna have to go really, really slow. I'm in no hurry. It's freaking hot out. Middle of the day, I'm hitting these hardest portages. I can tell you one thing. I will never, ever, ever do this freaking portage again in my entire life. I will find every way around it. And the triple carry it? Are you kidding me? It's at such an incline. It's at such an incline on the way up. I have to strip my canoe with everything. Everything out of it. Carry that by hand just to lighten the load. I felt my knee. Son of a bitch. I felt my knee get a little twisted and sore. Every step on that portage trail means something. Every step. There's not one step you can take that you can't think about. Rocks, slippery, mud, twisting an ankle. No, it's not. It's all uneven. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. That hill and that portage is so dangerous that I'm actually going to carry the Zoleo on my person in case I break a damn leg. It's ridiculous. I mean, that's not a light canoe. The thing weighs 72 pounds, nothing in it. I have to take the paddle out, the fishing rods, and the boat seat, the canoe seat, to get another 5 pounds out of it. Right now, it's probably near 80 pounds. It's a 17-foot Alumacraft aluminum boat. It's just painted. It probably has about 6 pounds of frickin' spray paint on it. But I gotta walk up the hill, and man, I hope I can do it without breaking something or twisting an ankle. That's why I'm gonna carry this along, just in case. I've got water stashes on both sides of the portage. I've got food on this side of the portage. I'm gonna break it up into sections. We'll see how it goes. I have to fuel up. It's still gonna turn out to be a triple carry. I'm taking the canoe next because I'm afraid if I don't take it next, I won't have any energy left to take it later on the third carry. So I'm gonna lighten it up, take it bare naked across the portage. I'm gonna stop several times, especially on the steep slopes. I'm probably gonna drag it down the slopes. I don't want to risk it. I hope I got enough water I can hold out. It's a half mile, just shy of a half mile. I just GPS'd it. I did a track. Wish I would have known that. If somebody would have told me that, I would have never came this way. Screw you, portage. Screw you. Kick your ass. Found some moose tracks. Pretty fresh. Right near the portage. After that beast of a portage. I don't know how big the animal is, but leads right to water. Obviously came down to get a drink. Saw plenty of moose droppings on the portage trail along the way. Wish I could have showed you more of it, but man, I would have ran out of film showing you all the troublesome spots on that. Unbelievable. I can't believe I made it out of there. A can of bug dope, 4 liters of water, 4 granola bars, M&Ms, beef jerky. I had all I could do to keep hydrated so I could conquer that beast. It's done. Remember I was talking to you about the prize? Well, now I'm entering some of the greatest fishing in Quetico. So I've been paddling for 2.5 hours at least. After that bitch of a portage. It's a huge lake. Holy Jesus. Very desolate. There's nothing around. No people, no animals. The size is just huge. And I've only done about a quarter of the lake at best. Just keep paddling and paddling and paddling. I went about 6 miles, I think. We finally found a site. Holy cow. The fire pit hasn't been used in quite some time. It's got a lot of needles in it. You're not supposed to have fires again, but still, it doesn't look like anybody's been here for a while. Could be a long while. But check out this view. Standing by the fire pit. Check this out. I'm going to do a 360. It's on the point. There should be some breeze that comes through. Not a lot of breeze, but enough to keep a lot of the bugs away. And the best thing about it is it's kind of protected. It looks like it's really good fishing around here. There's some points coming off for walleyes. A lot of good shorelines for smallmouth bass. It's got a lot of character, this site. It's not perfect. The tent pads is what worried me. This one, really nice, super nice pad. Nice and cushy. No roots, hardly any roots, no rocks. Looks really, really, really good. Except for one thing. That thing. That tall thing that's leaning hard, that's half dead. But it's only over half the pad. It is kind of leaning into these trees that would protect some of the pad. I don't know. I don't know. So, it is dry up here, man. No mosquitoes yet. That's a good sign if you don't have them during the day. it's relatively dry site. So right here is the eastern exposure. Looking east, see the sun rises in the morning. And then we have the western exposure. See the sunsets in the evening, but we're gonna be stuck here with a bunch of clouds. So it's not gonna matter. A lot of spots to sit and overlook the water, cast off the shore, all that good stuff. All right, let's get to unpacking. This is home for tonight for sure. For sure. And the next couple nights. I'm pooped. I don't even know if I have enough energy to cast a line. I need to go swimming. Maybe we should concentrate on that first. Woo! I feel good. Yeah, brother. Fuck yeah. Oh God, I need that. Oh yeah, brother. That felt good. Yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. That felt great. Quetico! Ooh. Morning. Wow, what a night. It got super windy last night. Must have been 40, 50 mile per hour winds. And then it rained. Didn't rain a whole bunch, but it rained. I didn't have time to film any of the camp setup last night. I was in a hurry to get stuff done. I caught a couple fish last night right before dark, and I'm gonna cook those up today along with some other fish maybe. Oh, we got a lot of fish to eat. This is awesome. It's about time. sucks not having a campfire. Oh. Oh, man. That's what I've been waiting for. Holy cow. I'm going to plate this up and go sit down and overlook the lake. Wow. Incredible. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Oh. Anybody out there? Whoa. Well, I didn't want to go out in a canoe, but I decided to do some shore fishing. And I'm gonna go on the other side of the island here and spot cast a few of the spots on shore. I have a rip and wrap, Rapala rip and wrap lure. This sinks really fast. I'll cast way out there and rip it back in. And there's been this loon hanging out here for 2 days. Same spot, just avoiding the wind, around the corner of the island. Look at that. I don't know if you could see him, but he's there. So if the loon's there, he must be there for a reason, right? Oh man, holy cow. I don't know if you heard that, but I just took a big digger on the wet rocks down here on the shore. I'm glad that went okay. Glad I didn't get hurt seriously, at least from what I know. I didn't hit too hard. I kind of knew it was gonna be slippery, but I didn't know the first step I took was gonna be super dangerous. I'm telling you, one little wet spot on a rock, one little wet spot on a rock puts you down. Wow, that one rocked me a little bit, but luckily I think I'm okay. Let's try this again, only let's not fall. Let's do it the normal man way. Yeah, I made it. Jesus, this is ridiculous. Oh yeah, I got one. Oh yeah. Wow, it's a nice one. Hope it's a walleye. It's fighting like one. Oh, nice walleye. Woo-hoo-hoo. Check this walleye out, man. Woo! Second cast off this point. Told you it was a nice one. It's about 25 inches. Look at that. Look at that walleye. Sweet. All right. That is a nice walleye. Well, let him go. See if we can get another one. There's gotta be more. All right. So you want to know how today is going? Day 4? A lot like this. A lot of sitting around. It's super windy today. Northeast winds, 20 miles an hour, 25, gusting to more than that. So between spending time in the tent and my tarp with the center pole, I'm just kind of hanging out doing some much needed things with the cameras and with camp stuff. So since I'm doing a lot of tent time, I figure I'd learn how to do some knots. The only book I brought along was the Creek Stewart's Pocket Field Guide for Survival Knots. There's about 20 knots in the book. And I figured on my downtime for entertainment, I could learn some knots since I don't know really any. So I'm gonna sort out all of these guy lines for the tent first, and then I'm gonna work on some knots. Give me something to do to pass the time, which is actually I'm kind of looking forward to, because I've been procrastinating on not doing knots. And it is very essential. It took me a long time to get that tarp hung up and tight because I don't know the proper knots. So that will not happen again. I promise you. Oh yeah, that felt better. Much better. Oh. Back in my tent, little R&R. I think after that walleye, there's no need to go fishing tonight. I'll fish all I need to tomorrow, hopefully. We're gonna hang the bear bag. So we got the wind coming this way. It'll blow over the lake, which is good. So our tent and camp is about 100 yards that way. So we won't be in the path of the scent of the bag, if there is any scent. There's an op sack in here, but Ziploc bag, and then you put it in a Kevlar bag. It's a Kevlar bag that a bear can't bite into. So we're gonna tie it to the tree. He can mush all the food, mash it all up, but he can't bite it. You can't rip and tear it. For $150, it better work. Anyhow, get her tied up.